Okay, so here we are going to check out this song by this band called Holy Name. Fall on Your Knees is the name of the song. And I see that it features Brian Head Welch and Brooke Reeves. I don't know who Brooke Reeves is, but of course I know that Brian Welch is a former guitarist for Korn. Um, Although I heard that he rejoined them at some point a few years ago. I don't know if he's back with them permanently or if it was just for a tour or something. Um, I've never heard of this band. Don't know a thing about them. Have no idea what kind of music. Well, I know it must be some form of metal if it's got Brad Welch in there. Um, I'm not a Korn fan. Not really into that kind of new metal kind of sound. Um, yeah, just not my thing. Much more of a yeah, just not my thing. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. It'll be interesting to hear what this band sounds like. So let's go. Holy Name, fall on your knees. Oh, some heavy drums. I like that. Okay, got some really low detuned guitars going on. It's interesting. It seems like a worship song, like like a church worship song. Not what I was expecting at all. It's interesting. It's kind of like a doom metal feel with the slow tempo and the long sustain. Oh, come on, seriously? Let me just skip this ad. Yeah, with the slow, ponderous kind of riffing. And then, of course, the new metal detuning, which I suppose was a thing in doom metal as well. So maybe this is more doom metal than new metal. The drummer's really getting into it though. I think what the drummer is doing is a lot more interesting than what's going on with the guitars. And the vocalist isn't really doing much, which I guess is actually really appropriate for a worship song, because then really it's about the congregation worshipping along rather than it being a performance for them. Interesting. It's interesting because if you took away the guitar completely from this, then, I mean, just imagine taking away the heavy guitar and just replacing it with some synth, some keyboard, and maybe with the kind of atmospheric kind of electric guitar playing that usually happens in worship music, then this would be a completely different song that would kind of, you could really imagine this being played at your church on Sunday. Interesting. I don't know what's going on with that imagery. I thought it was with this skull. I think earlier it was like a, I don't know. It was kind of like a, what was it? Was it like of Mary, or was it like of a depiction of Jesus or a saint? Maybe a saint. But no, it's this kind of skull face thing. I don't know what's going on with that. Not exactly something I would wear on a t-shirt. Well, not now anyway. Back when I was in my teen years, maybe. Oh, I see he has a skull pin on his jacket as well. So I guess maybe this is part of their image for this band. Oh yeah, it's really detuned. I don't know what it is about the sound of detuned guitars, because to me I don't find it appealing. I can't exactly put in words why that is. But I do remember reading something some time ago. I don't know if it's factual or not, but it was basically saying that that people remember melodies and riffs better when it's closer to standard tuning, and that the lower it gets, the lower in pitch, the harder it is to be memorable. I don't know if that's fact or not, but it's an interesting possibility as to why I'm just not into the detuned guitar sound really. There are exceptions to that, because I remember this song by Baby Metal, BMC, and those detuned guitars, they actually quite like the way that sounds. So I guess it's not a hard and fast rule for me. So in the left ear, here this guitar playing a melody, well, not really, no, melody line is the wrong word for it. Okay, get some riffing now. But still detuned. That didn't last long. It's interesting, because Welch is kind of like he's headbanging, but it's really only the drums that's doing anything that he'd be headbanging too. Okay. Also, this guy's been standing back there all this time, just waiting for his time. Yeah, okay. And that's another thing about the new metal that I'm not into either. This kind of, I guess, death metal type vocals. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I mean, I assume it must take some amount of talent to be able to do that well. and keep that up consistently through a performance. But yeah, it just doesn't appeal to me. I mean, there are very few songs that I've ever heard with those kind of vocals that I really liked. Anyway, so that was interesting. Um, that was quite interesting. It's an interesting kind of, I guess, a mashup of praise and worship with, I wouldn't even call it metal, I wouldn't even call it new metal. I guess kind of doomy, atmospheric. Interesting. Interesting. Not my thing. I can't think of any reason why I would listen to this song again. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it's, yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. But I'm sure it appeals to somebody. And if this is something that's being used successfully for outreach, maybe to people that would never be caught dead listening to a worship song and, thinking about spiritual things, then more power to them. Anyway, that's all for this reaction. I'll see you in the next one.